Hey guys, Peter here from the Hidden Online Living YouTube channel, where I share with you ideas of how you can use the steps to start building your own online business and how to make an income online. So in this video I'm going to be sharing thoughts with you on what are solo ads, the untold truth, and I'm going to share with you what they actually don't tell you about solo ads. So make sure to keep watching through till the end of the video, and I'm going to share with you some ideas of what are solo ads, some of the solo ad services that you can actually find online, why they can be very, very dangerous if you're really wanting to build a sustainable business online, and can you actually use solo ads to actually build any sort of an income online. So if you're new to the channel and you find content like this here to be helpful, please be sure to leave a like. Also hit the subscribe button and turn on the bell icon to be updated whenever I release future content, and also feel free to share the video. Also, if you are looking for an honest and simple way to get started on your own online journey and you want to figure out the steps in which to do so, make sure to check out the link below in the description to find out more. To first get an idea of what solo ads actually are, we need to kind of just have a bit of a background just to make you familiar of some of the steps that is required to actually use them. So primarily when you're a newbie or a beginner starting out with affiliate marketing and you want to create your own online business and to start earning money, primarily what actually happens is a lot of us that are unknown to affiliate marketing will try different platforms and try different methods to try and earn a commission online. And the truth is, because when you're new starting out, we really can't tell the difference between what is a legitimate way or a not so legitimate way in terms of trying to send traffic to opt-in pages and so forth to be able to actually start making sales. So I've just made this quick graph here just to kind of demonstrate to you what I mean. So clearly when you've started out, you've actually found a product that you think is a valuable option that you want to actually promote. So this product here actually, even though it does seem legit and it does have decent enough training, but it can be on two ends of the spectrum, because you can find decent and legitimate style training, but there's also illegitimate training that teaches you shady methods. But even the training that does be sometimes good still does teach you these methods, which primarily is wrong, but it's only because they either don't care about the user's intent or they have been taught the wrong methods themselves. They're just literally doing what they've actually been taught to do. So you've actually found an affiliate program that you like the look of and you actually want to start promoting it, but you're trying to think to yourself, how can I actually do this? What way can I actually send traffic? So what the owner of the platform will recommend is, in order to gain traffic, that you will need to buy the likes of clicks and to actually gain traffic. So what will happen is, for you to actually buy the clicks that's necessary, you will then need to go to some sort of source website, and there's a load of different ones online. There's likes of one of the main ones is udemy.com. You can also purchase clicks from Fiverr. There's other different solo ads networks across the board. There's actually tons of them online. Some even big name brand services actually do endorse and promote the use of solo ads. Now, it's not to say that they don't work. They can work if you use them in the right way and you're experienced enough and to know how to actually use them. But the problem is, with a beginner coming in, this is what I'm going through with this funnel, is to share with you some of the potential pitfalls that can actually happen. So you're sent by the owner of the program that you want to be an affiliate for, because you want to obviously make commissions. He will recommend that you purchase ads from these networks. So you will go in and sign up for accounts on these platforms, and you will actually purchase the required clicks that's needed. So you will actually go in and spend your own money in order to get the clicks that you need. So this person here could have a number of different members. You could have hundreds, if not thousands, spending their own money to buy clicks to his program. And what will happen is, they'll buy clicks from these sources, and they will drive all those clicks and that traffic to an opt-in page for this person's program, and it will work. You will actually get a ton of traffic, you will actually get a lot of clicks, but the problem is that when you're buying from these networks, it's like cold calling on emails and on phones when you're in a call center. if you're calling someone out of the blue, nobody knows who you are. Nobody knows your authority or your background. So it's very, very hard for you to try and get someone on board and to try and build trust with them. You need to give them time to warm to you and to know that you're legit and that they can trust you. But it's very, very hard to do that when you're just literally just spamming links, or when you're actually just driving traffic and then just trying to pretty much like cold call them into sending the traffic to your opt-in pages. Now, out of all these people, you could have 1,000 people, and out of those 1,000 people, each one of them could buy 1,000 clicks, and it could cost anything from 20 cents to 30 cents, even up to $1 per click, sometimes even more. They could end up spending hundreds if not thousands, and they will get traffic to these opt-in pages. But out of that €1,000 that each one of them spends, they might only get 10 actual sales. And out of those 10 sales that goes to the opt-in, that actually goes through the sales process, what actually will happen is the owner of the platform will actually get the actual buyer leads, and they know themselves that everything else that hasn't bought, or the other people that actually haven't bought through these people's clicks, are discarded. So all that's left for the owner is that he only has legitimate buyers. So out of those 1,000 clicks, like say if there's 6 people here and each one of them buys 1,000 clicks, that's 6,000 clicks, but each one of them only gets 10 buyers, which is about 60 buyers. The original owner of the product originally that everybody's promoting gets 60 emails from people that are actually legitimate buyers. All the rest are pretty much useless and are discarded, because the people that you're buying the ads from and the emails and the lists that they're actually promoting to have no interest in what it is that you're promoting. They're not even interested in the same particular niche that you're in. Now, sometimes you can maybe get lucky, but the problem you have is that it's like shooting in the dark, trying to find a needle in a haystack. You could spend a ton of money before you would actually find anything legitimate that you will find any sort of comeback. There is cases where it does work if you really know what you're doing, but as a beginner, I would highly recommend that you stay away from solo ads, because it isn't a legitimate source to really get started with, and it's not a way for you to really build trust or provide value, because if all you're doing is just buying clicks, you have no background. Nobody knows exactly who you are, or they know nothing about you. They don't know your brand, they don't know what you're doing, they don't know your business, they don't know what it's like to work with you or even anything about you. So all the while as you're spending money on these clicks that you're getting from these ad sites, sending them to opt-in pages, and out of every 1,000 people you might only get 10 people that actually opt in, and then maybe 5 of them might only buy. So you will make a couple of commissions here and there, but it's very, very inconsistent. As an example of this, you often see when you go onto the likes of Facebook and you go into groups and you see a load of people always posting up screenshots of their revenue and their earnings. Some of them look too consistent, some of them are inconsistent. They may make sales one day and they may make nothing then for weeks. Some of these here now, this is an example. Yes, they do look like they're making a lot of money, but the one thing that they don't tell you in these posts is how much money they actually spent to make that $250. For each of these $250 sales that they've made, they've probably spent $1,000. So they're probably spending up to 3 times more than what they've actually earned back in return. And this is the problem with solo ads. Solo ads actually can really just burn a hole in your pocket very, very quickly. So it is an easy avenue, don't get me wrong, to get into, because you can buy clicks very, very cheaply and you can set a budget on it. But if you're starting out and you want to build a legitimate business, you need to be able to have some sort of organic reach, to be able to get people to warm to you so that people can know, like, and trust you. If you're just purchasing ads and clicks on the likes of these sites and just driving traffic straight to it, it's very, very hard to build and engage an audience. So you really do have to really think about that when you're actually starting out. It's very, very easy for a newbie to really get caught out with this. So, like, as I mentioned in some of the previous examples, like, here are some of the ad kind of spots that you can actually look into to actually purchase ads. You can actually purchase them on Udemy. There's WorldProfit.com, Solo Ads King, Solo Ad Marketplace. There's even Builderall. Now, the reason why I mentioned Builderall isn't a bad platform. It is actually a very good platform. It's an all-in-one service that pretty much allows you to do pretty much everything you need to do online. I have actually used it in the past. It's not as easy to use compared to some other programs out in the market, but it definitely does what it says it's going to do. The only thing that I bring it up is is that in order for you to be able to promote as an affiliate in Builderall, yes, you can promote it through legitimate means and organic reaches like with YouTube channels and through email and so forth, but they do also heavily endorse the use of purchasing solo ads in order to be able to promote. I actually have done a previous video where I actually done a review of Builderall a while back. I'll drop a link down in the description of that, and I actually show you clearly in it the sections within the Builderall dashboard where they actually do show you where you can actually purchase solo ads. You can actually buy solo ads directly from them themselves, and they're like big, really expensive packages that will actually cost you a ton of money. And the problem is if you buy the solo ads from the likes of these platforms, you'll make very little money in return, if anything. These platforms here will actually make the bulk of the money, or the people selling the ads are the ones that will actually make most of the money, or even the likes of the original product creator, in this case Builderall. They will be the ones that will actually make the money. You'll make very, very little at best. Like for every $1,000 you spend, you may only make $100 back. And think of it logically, that's not a really sustainable way to actually build a business. I can understand people want to make money, but they don't realise, and this is where newbies get caught out, they actually will go out of their way to spend a ton of money thinking that they're getting something back, and because they've made a sale they get excited. They're like, oh, I've made something back, but even they don't realise the amount of money they've actually had to spend to get there, and then before long they're actually, all their life savings is gone. And the reason why solo ads can be so dangerous is because people have lost their livelihoods with solo ads. People have actually gotten addicted to buying them, thinking that they're going to get something from them. It's like, as an example, it's like being addicted to gambling, like a gambling addict. You keep gambling and gambling and gambling, thinking that you're going to get something in return, and you get a small windfall every so often. But then what happens is, instead of walking away, you jump back in and you spend more money thinking that you can double your odds and actually gain more. And 9 times out of 10 it will come back to bite you, and you will lose everything. There's people that literally have lost their jobs, they've lost their livelihoods, their lives are absolutely ruined because they didn't know the difference between building an organic reach with their business and just using solo ads as a means to grow their business, and they've lost everything. So that's why I do highly recommend that, for as a beginner with very little to no experience, that you heavily stay away from solo ads. But can you actually use solo ads to actually make an income? And that's going on to the final question in this video, is you can, if you know what you're doing. If you have built up some experience, there is a lot of marketers out there that have been doing it for years. They can do it in a legitimate way, but even they won't tell you that they've actually had to go through a lot of what I've mentioned in this video in order to get that. So they would have gone out at the start of their careers and spent a lot of money as well. They would have spent thousands and probably only got, like, say for every 1,000 clicks they got, they may have only got 100 opt-ins, and out of those 100 opt-ins they may have only got 10 leads that actually wanted to buy. But they would have actually had to build that up over time, but they knew that those leads that were willing to buy would buy from them again. See, this is the thing, it's like trying to find a needle in a haystack. Like I said, it can be very, very dangerous. You can make income with it, but it's highly unlikely that you will be able to make anything sustainable long term. So as a beginner, I do highly recommend that you avoid solo ads at all costs. And even if you were deciding to use solo ads, just be very, very careful. Even as another example, the likes of on Fiverr, yes, you can find different vendors on Fiverr that will actually, you can pay to promote and to buy solo ads from, but you do need to be very careful, because a lot of these vendors, they're not legitimate. Because, well, not all of them are legitimate, some of them actually are, but there is some that probably aren't. And the reason being is because you pay for clicks, but all you get is just random bot generated clicks. So they're not actually real people that are actually clicking on the links that are provided to you, or that you're providing to your opt-ins and to try and make sales. So you'll never get anything in return anyway, so you'll have wasted all that money for absolutely nothing. So it's really, really just something to think about, and I heavily stress that you do actually take the time to really think about this if you are looking into using solo ads to get started. As a beginner, take the time, build trust, provide value. If you're writing blogs, write valuable content, get involved in forums, provide solutions to people's problems. Think of your audience, look at what they need help with, try and provide an answer to it. Use different channels, like I mentioned, blogs, even YouTube. Create YouTube channels and create content like what I'm doing here that provides an outreach, and you're providing a service to people to actually help them to avoid making these mistakes. If you you can provide a solution to a problem, you'll be the go-to person, and that's how people will actually get to know you. That's how they'll get to like you, and that's how they'll get to trust you over time. But you can only do that if you take those steps. It'll be very hard to do, if not impossible to do, if you're literally just buying clicks from solo ad vendors and just randomly spamming to get traffic to opt-in pages that are not really going to convert, because the people on these lists that you're trying to get traffic from, 99% of them aren't even interested in anything you have to offer, because they're not even within your niche or area of interest. They could be interested in other things. So you've literally built up a worthless list. There will have people have been building up like lists of tens of thousands of people, but only 10 or 20 of those people are actually worthwhile buyers. So technically that's not really any good to you. So you spent all that money for nothing. It's really just something to think about. So I really do hope that you've actually found the information in this video to be helpful, and I really do hope now that you understand the concept behind solo ads and why it may be best to avoid them, and why they can be very, very dangerous for you if you're just starting out with trying to build an online business and to earn an income online. So if you have found this video to be useful, please be sure to leave a like. Also hit the subscribe button and turn on the bell icon to be updated whenever I release future content, and also feel free to share the video. Also, if you are looking for an honest and legitimate way to get started on your own online journey and you do want to figure out the steps in which to do so, make sure to check out the link below in the description to find out more. And as always, I will see you in the next one.